think shotgun marriage, like, so when I actually know about the patriarchy, so when we refer to different regions of the world and how they don't have these problems and the patriarchy is still intact, do you think that men being forced into doing things like marrying a girl that got pregnant when they both were 16 is the dissolution of these things? Because how do we go from men being forced to be in the house, or men assuming the responsibility of being in the house when they got somebody pregnant, to people just being like, I'm not gonna marry you, even though I got like the transition between that. Do you think that was the destruction of the patriarchy? You think it was something else? What do you think
You, you
caused that?
You know what's so funny? I'm gonna see if I can upload this video, make you see, Jay, because there was one lady, and then unless you go, I know you're gonna ask this. There's one lady from another culture, and she was saying she was actually able to sue a man because he went in like he was intending to marry her. She gave herself to him, and she was able to sue him because he went under false pretenses. She gave it up off of false. His word was it's almost like his word meant something, and you were able to sue.
That's dope, actually. But go ahead.
The men are definitely going to fight that one. So Marcus, I think you're absolutely right. Like it's not just the shotgun weddings, but it's also the societal pressure to make the marriage work. It's also having a community full of examples of married men. It's also with a husband in the house, having young boys grow up with that being normal. Like there's so much more than just the shotgun wedding where the patriarchy does benefit women, right? It reinforces those expectations for men to get married, not in their 30s, not in their 40s, not waiting until they've accumulated resources, but get married early, find a woman who can support you while you attain resources, right? And kind of to what you and Mistaken were talking about earlier, going down those paths from a younger age creates that tight knit bond. Does it always work? No, that's unrealistic. There's nothing that's like a blanket rule. There's always going to be exceptions. There's always going to be times where it's dysfunctional. But as a rule of thumb, that part of the patriarchy has highly benefited women, and women attempting to dismantle it. This is what the cost of that is dating fatigue and high body counts.
High body counts, and let me just say this too. I don't know why, for the life of me, everybody who is successful has stated in one way or another that they feel like they were that their partner helped in that success. Married men are more successful than people who are not married overall. If you follow the Bible, or maybe you don't, she said, help me, right? Helpmate. How can she help you if you're already there? Maybe you can get there a little faster if you had maybe the noise that you're in, the distractions of Jessica who outside slashing your tires because you're doing her wrong, that's getting in your way of fulfilling your purpose. But if you got married, that's one less thing you have to think about.
Do you
Just
think
real
that
quick,
women help
just real
drive
quick.
women that are, oh, go ahead, AP.
And I just real quick. Is it the men that are actually really pushing to get married later, or are women waiting for the man to get to the finish line? Because we hear a lot of, I hear a lot in my algorithm, and maybe it's just my algorithm, with women not wanting to struggle love, not wanting to be there to help him build that castle. So when you get to the finish line, or you see the finish line as a man, now we have to determine, why are you really here? We have to cipher through that foolishness. Like, are you here because of the resources and and you can see the foundation of this castle? Or are you or are you and you want that, or are you just here because, or are you here because there's real love here? We have to filter through that. Like we try to make the adjustment as men to. I'm not gonna say that. Never mind. But yeah, like
So I think that if a lot of people, a lot of these young men are in relationships. Okay, you're not. It's not like these 20-year-olds out here not in relationships. They are. Okay, they're just not marrying these women. If you can say you went through your 20s without being in a relationship, then okay, maybe you had that chance. But a lot of these people are, and these women do want to be with these guys. Every woman wants to be married. They do. They can sit here and say they don't. It's just they ain't met the person they want to marry for sure. But they do want to be married. And if she's with you for an extended amount of time and she's helping you, she's there for you, more than likely she sees that in you. It's just not leading to marriage. Now, when you say women don't want to, I think you said something about they don't want to help. What was that?
I said they're not building with a man anymore. They
I
don't
ain't
want
never,
to struggle love.
right. I
Like
ain't never met, for the most part, I think that Black women of all races can deal with some struggle love. That shit, we used to do this love right here is a struggle all from the beginning to the fucking end. I don't even know if other women are built like this. They probably like, I don't even know what to do. Oh my God. Like they would not even be able to survive what we go through with y'all at. They can't.
I know
They
there's tons of
cannot.
movies that
So
tell you can do
listen to
bad
what
all
I'm
by
saying.
yourself.
Listen, a Black woman will be with you. It's rare that I've seen a Black woman who won't hold it down for a man. Now he can abuse it and go to and she may be tired, but most Black women are gonna go to bat for a man. They just will. Now, is it the woman that you want? That's a different question. But most Black women I've seen will go. Like, one thing about it is we're gonna fix a problem. You know what I'm saying? But if you sitting there and you ain't doing nothing, and I don't see nothing out of you,
So all right,
oh, okay.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I think Black women do normally hold it down and will hold it down. The issue, hold on, because don't celebrate too fast.
I ain't celebrating.
The,
Ain't nothing to celebrate. Shit.
the
Ain't no
issue,
happy endings.
look, it's happy endings. But the issue I think is this: when you bring this new dating market up and men are listening to what women say, I personally don't think they mean the shit they be saying. But they're listening to it and then basing their ideas on women based off of the stuff they see on social media. And then it seemed like Black women won't hold nothing down. But I personally believe in real life Black women hold it down. But if you don't have a lot of experience with them, or you're taking at face value what they say online and then judging your opinion about Black women based off of that, yeah, it's gonna look like that. And y'all gotta stop them from saying that stuff. Like,
Marcus, how we gonna censor that ghetto chick from getting on her
yeah,
phone?
No, you're
Listen,
right. I take that back. You really can't hold nobody
when
accountable.
they gave us a voice,
I
the ghetto
misspoke.
people a voice.
I misspoke. I can see. I misspoke. You can't hold nobody accountable like that. I misspoke. But I'm just saying, when you see it, you gotta be like that. I don't agree with her. Instead of coffee dates, hell no. Like, don't. If you don't believe it, don't co-sign it. How about that? You can't hold nobody accountable, but if you don't believe it, don't co-sign it.
But sometimes the cosign ain't people. It's sometimes the cosign, the popularity doesn't necessarily come from the people who agree. It comes from the people who don't agree. Because people will quick to tell you they don't agree. More so than they agree. You may get a few people like, tell it, sister, but the ones who don't agree, them the ones who get the chat up. And they coming for you. And but they don't understand is when they don't agree and they're commenting, they're actually boosting, getting her further than she would have been had they just not said nothing. Like, okay, I'm just gonna scroll through this foolery and I'm not gonna even think about it. It's the don't agree that boost it up, not the agrees.
Look on them comments, it'd be a gang of women who be co-signing
because they're going back and forth. But it'd be a gang. But I'm gonna tell you, When it's something controversial, it's usually the opposite that brings it. I mean, think about these panels, right? The ones that bring on the most people, the ones that, oh, he just said something I don't like, and they just come in, they want to just battle. It's the hate thing. I don't know, but it's the same thing when it comes to those little reels and stuff. It's the people who don't like it. They got all the things to say, and what they don't understand is they're promoting it because they are commenting.